Hey, good morning everyone. So what I've got going on here is a bunch of extra eggshells. But what I'm doing is I'm breaking these guys up to the point where the chickens do not think that these were eggs. You want to break them up really good, like really fine, because it acts as grit as well as extra calcium. Because here in the Midwest states, Indiana to be precise, it has been very cold out. So cold to where the last 3 days they have not even set foot out of their coop. The door opens up for them every day, so they've got the ability to. Sorry, the little tripod's falling over. But yeah, you want to break these guys up really good because you don't want your chickens to think, oh, this is really good stuff. She just laid an egg. I'm going to tear into it. They do love this stuff. They love it. There's just some extra calcium for them. Tell you what, this tripod here is the worst. My other one is great and funny. Like the other one I pulled out that's great was from Walmart. This one here was from a bigger box store. And it wants to fall over no matter how tight. And I tightened the little screw down that's supposed to hold it tight. It still falls apart. But yeah, you just want to break these guys up to where it's not going to make them think, oh, this is what the hens are laying. Especially for Foghorn and, yes, Foghorn. So, Adler Farms. I watch his episodes here and there. He's a pretty good, humble guy and everything, right? He's got 2 sons. I've got 2 sons. My boys are 24 and 20. His are younger. I raised mine on my own as well as, like he's raising his, it seems like, from what I understand, on his own. Props to him. But I noticed that a recent video of his, he started calling his Leghorn Foghorn. And I'm like, okay, there could be more than one Leghorn, obviously, but there can only be one Foghorn, bud. Only one Foghorn, and guess whose Foghorn that is? That's my Foghorn. If you want to go back to the beginning videos of when I'm going to say attempted to start doing YouTube, I had named what we thought was a her Foghorn from the very get-go as a little chick. Well, I started hearing him talking about a Foghorn Leghorn on his farm and pointed, him or her out. I'm guessing it was I think it was a rooster. But anyway, so I'm like, how ironic is that? Because I remember him talking about Magneto often, his I Am Samani or whatever. I probably ain't saying that right again. I can never say it right. But I never had heard him say that. There again, I haven't watched every single episode of his, so I'm not going to sit there and say that he's never mentioned a Foghorn Leghorn before. It's just the first time I had heard it, and I've saw several of his episodes. It's not like I'm I can't miss an episode of a YouTuber. I mean, it's not like that, like where I'll miss an episode. I miss plenty of episodes. But I always thought that was kind of ironic that all of a sudden there's a Foghorn Leghorn when I had never heard him mention it before. So if this gets back around to you, Mr. Adler, and I know that's not your last name, I believe that's your little boy's name, but whatever, that's how I was raised, Mr., Sir, whatever. This ain't picking beef with you, so don't get all upset and say over your video, oh, give me a break. So I know how you like to call people out. Well, I do too. Love to call people out. Just to see how much they can handle, see if they have a sense of humor, if they can play around. But anyway, if this gets back around to you, Chad of Adler Farms, I love your videos. You make great videos, very informative. You've taught me a few things even. Because I did not have chickens much. I grew up around them when I was a little boy. Because my grandfather had chickens, ducks, and turkeys. Didn't have cattle or nothing like that. Just kind of like I have a little poultry farm. But like I said, he had ducks and turkeys as well. I had ducks for a minute there, but there was a little bit too much for me. But I thought it was kind of funny. But I would like to know, and I mean, if you've got particular videos that are titled Foghorn Leghorn or anything like that, let me know. If anybody's watching this, has watched Adler Farm as well, let me know if he has like a particular video from, I would say, before June of 21, because that's when, actually, we got him prior, or we thought it was a her. We got him prior to June. Started YouTubing, so he was still like a little guy. We thought it was still a hen at the time. But if he has videos prior to that, then the next video I will, I guess, apologize. Like I said, I'm not trying to call us beef. It's just, I just think it's kind of funny how all of a sudden, because there again, I'm a little YouTuber, even if you want to call me a YouTuber. I make these videos to have fun, embarrass the hell out of my sons, because it does, embarrasses them. You know, they don't think a grown man should be on videotaping himself on social media, is how they look at it. I'm like, whatever. I'm still young. I'm about to be a grandfather, and I'm going to be 43 next month, so I'll take it. But anyway, so here's their broken up eggshells. I mean, like, I broke up as fine as I possibly could. But I'll show you, they love this stuff. They do. And it's funny, because like I said, these guys have not stepped foot out of their coop forever. Like, we got a real good snow. I should not be doing this, laying this on my pool table, but I'm going to roll my sleeves down. It is cold out. I know it's like 12 degrees, something like that. It's supposed to feel like 7 degrees. And then, of course, the pups. The pups love these eggshells, too. It's funny, they won't eat the eggshells when I give them an egg. Because, yes, I do feed my dogs eggs as well, raw, for breakfast. 1 egg each. They've gotten so adapted to them. There's my farm dogs. But yeah, they've gotten so adapted to having an egg in the morning. They pretty much won't even touch their food until they see an egg go in there, and then they'll eat. So, all right, look at these girls waiting. Alright, so will the real foghorn please stand up? There's the real foghorn. That's Mr. Real Foghorn. And there's Cluck Norris. So if you think about naming your rooster Cluck Norris, don't even think about it, bud. I'm just kidding with you guys. Alright, girls, try this out for size. They love this stuff. But yeah, they have not stepped foot outside at all. Their doors wide open. They have not stepped foot outside. This is the first time, like I said, for 3 days now. What you doing, Buttercup? But yeah, these guys are killing their food. Probably trying to stay, warm. They have a heater, a radiant heater. I just shut it off during the day. I figure with the sun hitting down, it's not too bad in here at the moment. But yes, that right there, that's the real foghorn. White leghorn. He's a big boy. Me and him has had a lot of run-ins. You better get out of here. Don't even think about it, boy. And yes, those Rottweilers could fit through, if I could get to where you can see it right. That little door, that Cluck Norris is even taller than, they squeeze through there to come in here and snatch eggs. So I'm going to be redesigning this coop when it gets a little bit warmer out. I'm going to put the door up high, which I should have done in the first place. I just did not imagine they'd be able to squeeze through that door, the dogs. But I'm going to go ahead and put it up there and put a ladder along the side. I've mentioned in the past that I'm going to put a ladder along the side of the building. That way they can go up and down, and Riley and Ruger can stop coming inside their coop. Hey, Rhodey. This is a sweetheart right here. Little Rhode Island Red. She's healing up big time. Like, she is healing up. That dention she had in the back, getting a lot better now. My other Rhode Islands right here. If that tells you anything, like you don't see really no dention at all on her, that's Henrietta. And the way you know that it's Henrietta is she'll back off. Whereas Rhodey, she won't back off. Like she knows she's cool. That I'm not gonna hurt her. But yeah, we have Goldie Hawn right here. The other blondie is Hennifer. We got Specs. And I call these guys US. And where's the other one at? An A for the Americanas. Oh, actually, Cluck Norris stepped outside. He's like, hey guys, it ain't so bad out here. So yeah, this is going on the 4th day now. If they don't go outside at all, which he just stepped outside, so he's checking things out. He must be the man now because he's out there actually checking it out, seeing how cold it is. They're not slowing down laying whatsoever. And I do need to get out here and clean this up too. I need to replace their hay and straw, whatever. Replace all of it. But it's done. This coop has done them very well. I'm so glad I did make the move. I miss the old coop, the pallet board coop. I do miss it, but it had been so cramped in with each other, and it wouldn't have held the heat in as good as what this does. And no, it's not insulated. There's no need to fight, girls. There's no need to fight. Get this automatic feeder back outside as soon as it gets warm enough out. So that way it gives them even a little bit more room, and plus they're stopped sitting here just eating. Hey, Rhodey. Hey, Rhodey. Hey, Rhodey. Well, why are you backing off for me? So yeah, if you look, she still has a little bit of an indentation where her feathers were pulled. But it's getting so much better. Getting so much better. Here, let's get them some treats. I've been trying to keep their minerals. Look at them follow. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what, they know it's coming. They know what I'm getting. But yeah, this last month and a half, when it comes to the chickens alone, their feed has been outrageous. Because, I mean, they're trying to keep as much body fat on them as possible. They'll go for this stuff before they'll go for... Alright, girls. Alright, there you go. They go nuts over this stuff. And they're all getting in there and get theirs. They're all getting in there and get their share. The boys stand back usually, which is good of them. Foghorn's going to work his way in now that I just said that. And yes, if you guys are asking yourselves, why is Foghorn still here? Well, ever since we had that run-in, I'm not going to go into details of the actions I did. Kind of like as a, hey, don't ever do that again. But I'll tell you what, he has not been following me around like he did and chasing, like, you know, following me and running up at me when I turn around. Hey, Penguin. So I just can't do it. Like I could do it because I was waiting for someone to hold him down for me, obviously, to be able to do the job. I don't have those cone things and just to buy a cone just for one. Well, yeah, you guys just dumped it out. I guess it don't really matter. But what happened was I was waiting for someone to come and help me hold him down. Well, no one would do it. Pretty much, in a nutshell, no one would do it. And I started noticing, no, okay, maybe he understands now that I'm done with him. Like, you know, he keeps messing up. Adler, you will have the Foghorn Leghorn, because like he won't do it again. I'll do it on my own. It would not be a good sight, but I will do it on my own if I absolutely have to. Like, I had already thought of how my grandfather used to do his process, whatever you want to call them, dispatch them. And I was like, well, I could do it that way. So if I absolutely have to, I will. But he has not bothered me one bit since that day when I didn't show you guys on camera, obviously, for obvious reasons. He still keeps an eye on me, but I don't think it's like keeping an eye on me like, oh, I'm going to run up on him again. I think it's I hope he doesn't do what he did that one time to me. But yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it. You should see that. I just see they pick their treats over the eggshells. Here, girls, let me get this eggshells out of the way. You guys can have that here in a minute if you guys finish your treats, and that's what you guys ultimately want. But they'll hit up these eggshells. Like I said, it'll act as grit and extra calcium. If you guys know, and in fact, I believe even Adler Farms has one of these guys. I'm pretty sure I saw one. What kind of chicken is that? What breed is that? I call her Cheeky Con. But she's so unique out of all the other ones. If you guys know, comment below, let me know what breed this is. Well, I was going to set this up here for a minute so you guys don't knock it over. Well, why do you care now? You care now that I put it up here? There. Yeah, it's just a little bit extra calcium for them. Hey, Jennifer. I love this automatic feeder. Automatic feeder is wonderful. Well, they killed that. They killed it. Well, I'm going to take this container back. There, you guys have the rest of that. I don't want to lose my containers. But anyway, I thought it was kind of funny that I'd heard him talk about having a Foghorn Leghorn. And I had never heard him mention it before. So, yeah, at what point, Mr. Adler, did you decide to start calling your Leghorn Foghorn? And there's the pups waiting for me to... They've been doing better, I've noticed, because I'll come out here to collect, and I can usually tell if, especially Riley, because she fits in here a lot more easier. But I could tell because like there'll be like a paw mark. There'll be like a paw mark like in the box where she's grabbed for an egg. Can I get by here, girls? Can I get by here? Yes, I'll go outside for a little bit. I collected this morning, got 13. So there's 15. And then, Buttercup's laying on one, I'm sure. You laying on one? Yeah, there's 16. That's a Chiquanda egg right there, Midnight Majesty. Or Onyx, because they're both Midnight Majesties. Chiquanda came from, my mother's name is Rhonda. And when we got her, I was like, you know what? Chiquanda. But anyway, I'm going to leave that little container out here for them. I'm hoping the dogs don't take my container because they love taking all my little plastic containers. Penguin, Gemma, those are sapphire gems. I don't remember which one it is. I believe Goldie because she was the first one out. She's younger. Hennifer. She's supposed to be an Easter egger along with Buttercup. I don't see how, but I'm not a chicken expert either. There's my two Midnight Majesties. Obviously Foghorn, which is a Leghorn. That's a speckled Sussex. Specs is. Then your Americanas. I cannot remember what her breed is. Clark Norris is a Wyandotte, I believe, a striped Wyandotte. And my Rhode Island Reds. But yeah, for some reason I cannot for the life of me remember what type of bird chicken breed she is. So yeah, they'll hit. What they do is like they use those like grit, like they won't sit there and just chow down on them like food necessarily, like treats. But they'll go out like when they need the extra calcium. When they feel like they need the extra calcium, they'll go to it. Their eggshells have been nice, and their eggshells have been nice and strong. So they're getting their nutrition they need. I think here either today or tomorrow they're going to work their way outside. They've got to be tired of being cooped up in here. Get it, Coop? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys be. They'll go through. I buy those treats by I think they're like 25-pound bags, I believe. By the little country store that's around the country feed store around the corner. And they would sit there, I guarantee you, they would sit there and they would eat the whole bag, like until they were sick. They would eat that whole bag. But yeah, they have not stepped foot. There's no prints from. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's Rhodey. All right, so they're gonna finally maybe try and make it outside for a little bit. This is the first time they've been out. What are you doing, pup? These are my farm dogs. Who knew Rottweilers could be farm dogs, huh? Here comes the other one up here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, these are my farm dogs. I think they're... Oh, man, I forgot about the eggs in my coat. I bet you they just got my... No, I got lucky. Yeah, I forgot about the eggs are in my pocket. And they're starting jumping on me. So they're either going to go right back in, realizing they're not getting no treats, because they're watching me is what they're doing. Yeah. They're watching me to see if I have anything else for them. I have a feeling they're going to go right back in and stay in for now, because it's probably too cold on their feet. Those guys love it. They love the snow. They wrestle all the time anyway. You guys know that, who's been watching. They are always fighting, playing, whatever. They're silly. I just figured I'd cause a little havoc there about the whole Foghorn thing. Just a little fun havoc. And like I said, I'm not trying to cause trouble or anything, or as Mr. Adler likes to say, not make things weird. It's not. It's all in fun. It's all a joke. It's all just ironic to me and coincidental. And you guys are probably saying to yourself, Jason, dude, there's no way he copied you. He probably don't even know who the hell you are. You're probably exactly right. And honestly, though, I have to tell you, when I first started YouTubing, when so-and-so was still here, we messaged him along with a few other YouTubers, just asking for a little advice, and out of all those YouTubers, no one answered back except for Chad of Adler Farms. And I really, really respect that. That's awesome. My dad is really neat. That's really cool. Just for the fact that he is bigger. I've seen how he's grown. Like, I've seen how his videos were like 2,000 views in a day. Now they're up to, from what I don't pay attention totally. Do research on how many views he gets, but I've noticed he's getting like 20, 30, 40,000 maybe a day now. So he's grown quite a bit. So that's pretty admirable of him to respond back like that. Because I remember the advice he gave us. Now me, and I really do appreciate that. So yeah, this ain't like trying to pick a bone or whatever. This is just acting silly, and I just thought it was kind of funny that there's another foghorn, huh? Well, we can always get together and throw a rooster versus rooster. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. And see who the real foghorn is. But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here to try to warm my almost frostbitten hands up. If I'm smart, I'd wear gloves. That's one thing I guess I'm lucky about is I don't have all that acreage or whatever where I got to walk way over, like he Adler does, and a lot of others, who have actual farms. I just have this little chicken thing going on. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And like I said, if it gets back around to you, Adler, no disrespect, but it is funny how all of a sudden you have a Foghorn Leghorn that I've noticed. So anyway, peace out, guys. Love you. See ya.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad.